much better. For some odd reason, it wouldn't get me live. All right, hold up. I've got a spam text here I just got to deal with real quick. Whew. Okay. Time to be doing some crocheting. Still no vlog this week. Yeah, I know. I didn't have time to edit. Sorry. We'll get back on track someday. Someday. I got a tutorial posted recently, at least. So, got that going for me. Keep this yarn from tangling. Okay, we're gonna put this one here, and that one's over there. So I'm carrying the two different strands. Anyway. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I do hope you'll stay for a while. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, subscribe. We crochet a lot here, obviously. Right now we're working on a baby blanket using Lion Brand Comfy Cotton. This is discontinued, sadly. It's a very nice DK weight. Lots of good drape. Hello, welcome to the live. How is your day going? My day is going pretty good. Got stuff done around the house. Got all my laundry done yesterday. So I've been able to just relax. I did some work on my website. And then I realized, oh, it's 1:30. I need to go live. And then I tried to go live and my tablet glitched. So I had to force stop the app and start over again. And then later I'm going to make some muffins and I don't know what I'll do for dinner. I'll figure something out. I don't want to do anything too crazy because my dad's coming over for dinner tomorrow and we're going to have tacos. So, in all honesty, I will probably just throw a pizza or something in the oven later tonight. Of course, that means I'd have to go get one out of my scary basement. Because I've lived here for about 9 months now, and I still don't like the basement. It scares the heck out of me. I hate going down there. My water pressure and my basement, those are the only real complaints I have about this house. But that basement, no, I don't like it. Anyway, if you're just joining, welcome, welcome. I hope you stay and chat for a while. Covers or towels or anything else if you needed. Well, first, this is crocheting, and as for that, a lot. I can't give you an exact number because I have been crocheting for like 27 years. I have, yeah. I can't give you an exact number, probably somewhere in the hundreds. Yeah. Been doing this a very long time. So, yeah, I can't give you an answer on that. I know there's at least 50 different kinds of tea towels on sale available on my website right now. I really want to make more, but I need to stock up on cotton yarn first. Because I'm running dangerously low on cotton yarn. I mean, from my perspective, the cube shelf I keep it all in is only half full, and it's never been only half full. You don't want to use acrylic to make towels. It doesn't usually end well. Right. Right now, we're working on a baby blanket for a coworker. These ones behind me. Yeah, I use these. This is all acrylic yarn, which I'm still doing pretty good on solid color acrylic and variegated. I keep the cotton yarn over there on that shelf. And usually it's a lot more stuffed, but I just got done making a really big shawl. It's 2 o'clock. No, it's not 2 o'clock. Why are the church bells ringing? But yeah. One of those white head stands. Yeah, they're really nice. I really like it. I'm able to have everything plugged in. I have 2 in my bedroom. And the one my tablet is on right now, this is the one I use for all my live stream stuff, and I keep all my poly mailers for my website in the drawers. You have 6. Wow. Well, my house is pretty small, so I can't fit much more furniture in. I need to get a real desk because right now it's just an 8-foot folding table and a folding chair. I think my mom is going to give me one when they move. And of course, I need to buy a real desk chair at some point. Some 4-leg hats. The cotton yarn I use for bucket hats. Some of the cotton yarn, yeah, bucket hats. Others for like bandanas, bags, coasters. I know I like to use a lot of the pink ones to make coasters that look like flowers. And like tea towels and stuff. Whereas the acrylic yarn I use for pretty much anything wearable: hats, scarves, sweaters, cowls. Some of the rougher acrylic I'll use for bags. But my usual go-tos are cotton and acrylic. Especially since I have a wool allergy, so. I do have some alpaca yarn. I know I want to buy more cotton yarn, but every time I'm like, okay, I have some extra money, let's buy some cotton yarn. My house makes a funny noise. No way, you're crocheting right now? Cool. Something in my house makes a funny noise and has to be replaced. Crocheting. I am working on a baby blanket right now. I'm kind of using a combination of granny stitches and V-stitches. So all the brown rounds, I'm using the granny stitch. Crocheting shorts, that's interesting. I should do that. I need new shorts. But I'm using the granny stitch for the brown rounds because I have a lot of this brown yarn. But for the ones where I'm using the V-stitch, this is all I have. Just this one cake. And it's discontinued. So, do I have any tips to get any faster in crocheting? Practice, practice, practice. I have been doing this for 27 years. Which is partially why I'm going fast. And plus, the granny stitch is a good fast stitch because you're putting your hook in between the clusters instead of each individual stitch. But practice, practice, practice. That's all I can really say. It takes time. Finish it soon. Yeah, I'm working on it. I have to be done by my friend, my coworker. She's due in mid-July. And I don't know, everyone jokes it's my secret superpower. That every time I make somebody a baby blanket and I finish it, the baby comes within 72 hours. Like, it always happens that way. And it's not just because I wait until, like, end of pregnancy. Like, I had a friend who went into preterm labor and had a premature baby when I finished the blanket. And that has happened to me at least 3 times. So, if I get close to finishing, I'll wait and stop for a bit. And it's a funny story because I was making a baby blanket for an old friend of mine. I think she was like 35 weeks. And this was a couple years ago, and it was July, and it was hot, and it was awful and humid, and she walked in and she's like, I don't care that I still have 5 weeks left, finish the blanket, I can't do this anymore. And this was her 5th child, so I was like, okay, I finished the blanket, and she went into labor that night. And he was 5 weeks early, but He was fine. And hello, yes, hello. What have I crocheted so far, though? Right now, I've just been working on this. Today, I finished a shawl. I've made lots of things, but just today, I've been working on a shawl that I finished earlier. Took pictures of. I'll probably post them on my Instagram because I gotta get back into posting on Instagram. I've been a bad content creator these past couple weeks because my day job has just been terrible and difficult, and my mental health has been. Hi, Tracy. So, but I'm doing a lot better now. Where do you shop your yarns? Well, I used to go to Joanne, RIP. We miss her. But now I mostly get my yarn from Premier or Hirschner's. I'll go to Michael's sometimes, but the Michael's that's near me does not have a good yarn selection, so I very rarely actually go there for yarn. I'll go there for other craft stuff that I do. Or for like crochet supplies. Like hooks and stuff. When I need them. I mean, I've got 27 years worth of stuff of my own, plus what I inherited from my grandmother, plus stuff that what people give to me, so I haven't had to buy a crochet hook in years. And while I was in the process of moving into my house back in October, I found a lot of my hooks that had gone missing. So, do your fingers not get tired? Oh, they get tired. I just have like no feeling in my fingers. I was degloved in an accident 16 years ago. Don't Google that. But basically, I had a bad fall in gym class 16 years ago on asphalt, and all the skin on my hand gone. So if I don't have any real feeling in my fingers anymore. It's also why my tension is always super loose. Like if I wanted to follow a pattern, I have to go down 2 hook sizes, no matter what, just to get the tension right. Because I have very little actual strength and no feeling. So they get tired, but I don't feel it, so I can just keep going. It's also kind of why I hold my hook funny. Like this finger is always up. Because this one took the brunt of the damage. And it was the last one to fully heal, so it always is just kind of there. I don't use it for anything. Do you have a crochet business if you do? I do. Nightbot just posted a link to my website right under your chat. But yes, I do. I ship anywhere in the United States. Ouch. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't remember how bad it was because I kind of psychologically blocked it out. But it was bad. And yeah. And it happened while I was at school in gym class. And they did not handle it very well. They did not call 911 or anything, even though they could like see my tendons. And I was obviously like freaking out because like my skin was all gone. or several patches. I did have some patches of it left, so I didn't need any grafts. Was able to come back, but you could see down pretty far. And so, of course, I was freaking out. Bye! And they did not call 911. They just kind of wrapped me up and called my mom and said I hurt myself. I fell in gym class and was being really combative. Can you please come get her? So, yeah. All I remember is arriving in the nurse's office and them trying to wash it off, saying it was probably just a really small cut. And then they put my hands in the sink and I blacked out. And I don't remember anything except becoming aware again on the couch at home like a week later. And then I blinked and I missed a whole week, and they were like, yeah, you must have blocked it out, because obviously mom took me to the doctor and they loaded me up on painkillers, so. Yeah, that was bad. But it was 16 years ago, because my mom didn't know how bad it was, because they ended up just wrapping me up. And my mom came and got me and brought me to the pediatrician. And then they unwrapped me and they figured out how bad it was, but they didn't send me to the ER because of the infection risk, so I just got treated there. But they obviously had stuff on hand because they just doped me up. So. Scary, but I didn't have to remember it because they just kept me on morphine and all sorts of stuff for about a week. So I don't remember the worst of it. But yeah, that's why my crochet tension is super loose all these years later now. Why I hold my hook weird. That was 16 years ago. Yeah, this blanket's coming along quickly, but it's not done. And it won't be done for a while. And if I get bored of working on it on live, I'll pull something else out. Also crochet diamond. No, I could, but I don't. It never really appealed to me to do a lot of amigurumi. And I have a hard time keeping my tension tight enough so that the stuffing doesn't come out. Just because of the lack of strength in my hands. So I also don't use like the blanket yarn or anything because it's got really poor stitch definition and you're supposed to go by feel, but I can't feel anything. So when I do amigurumi, I usually use acrylic or cotton so that I can see the stitches, but I don't do anything really complex. I mean, the closest thing I have right now in my shop is a sunflower lovey for babies, but that's not stuffed or anything. I just took basically took my sunflower coaster pattern and sewed 2 of them together. And then attached a granny square to the bottom. And I mean, there's also my little pumpkin baby hat. But it's not really amigurumi, it's just a small tube that I stuffed with yarn scraps to make a fun top to a hat. I don't know, if I could get my tension under control tight enough, I might be more interested in doing amigurumi, but it's also never really just appealed to me. I'm more like a garment and home good person. Like, I love a fun flat coaster. But I just don't have the giant plushies just aren't appealing to me. Now, gun to my head, I could do amigurumi. I know how. And I have made some amigurumi before in the past, before it was super popular. But yeah, it's just not my thing. Luckily, though, one of my best friends, she loves doing amigurumi. She pretty much only does amigurumi. So when there's craft shows, we usually team up. So she does the amigurumi and I do of everything else. And we'll work together. We'll do craft shows together. And then we get the market pretty cornered. Which reminds me, I gotta call that lady back. I went to a greenhouse a few miles from my house yesterday. And I was talking to the owner as I was checking out, because I'm doing some landscaping in my yard, planting flowers and stuff. And I was talking to her, and I had asked her if she had mums in the fall, because I love mums. They were the first flowers I used to decorate my house when I bought it back in October. Though granted, I cheated and I took them from my brother's wedding afterwards, because that's how they decorated. My brother and sister-in-law decorated for their wedding. They had mums everywhere, and then as they were cleaning up, I was like, I'm just gonna take these. And she said, yeah, I'll have a lot of mums, and also I'll be having a fall festival with like vendors and stuff. And I said, oh, do you need any vendors? And she was like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, well, I crochet and I've been looking around in the area since I moved here for craft shows to do. Because I moved 45 minutes away from my hometown, and that was the only place that I ever really did craft shows, so I'm looking for more out here. So she's going to be taking applications and stuff in the beginning soon, and she's gave me all the information, and I just got to remember to call her. Mums are so pretty. I love them. It's too bad they're an annual, so I have to buy them every year. I prefer perennials because then it's just a one and done. I've been slowly turning my yard into a giant thing for flowers, because I don't want to mow the lawn. And if you've been around my lives for a while, you know that before I moved here, I was at war with the township, because I'm like, don't make me mow my lawn. I'm like, your grass is too long, mow the lawn. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And then I moved out here, and they're like, we don't care what you do with your lawn. So Haha, I won. My never-ending battle. These are the things that you get. This is what happens when you get older. You're either obsessed with maintaining the perfect lawn, or you're in a fight for your life with local government to not mow the lawn. So it's very refreshing that I've moved out to a very rural area where they're like, it's your lawn, whatever. Whereas where I grew up, they're like, your lawn is 1 inch too tall, you need to mow it. So, yeah. So my yard is looking pretty nice. I've been planting more flowers and bushes and doing some landscaping. I want to get a bird bath because I have a lot of birds because I've let my lawn meadow out. So I have a lot of birds and a lot of bees. Too much control. I'm like, it's my house. You can't tell me what to do. So I've got a lot of wildflowers right now in my lawn, mostly like mustard, clover, dandelions. So I have a lot of birds and a lot of rabbits and a lot of bees in my yard. Because rabbits love clover. And because I have a lot of clover, they leave my other plants alone. It was just hilarious because over Memorial Day, I bought a lupine, which is great for pollinators. And like as I was trying to get it in the ground, I was being like attacked by bees trying to get at this lupine. And I'm like, can you just let me put it in the ground and then you can have it? So, yeah. I've got lots of other pollinator friendly flowers now around my patio area, slowly branching out. It's nice. The end goal is to get some try to attract some monarch butterflies or an endangered species, and then you can't mow the lawn because it's an endangered species habitat. Take that, government. Problem is, I know milkweed attracts monarch butterflies, but I don't want to plant milkweed because I also live next to a feral cat colony. And they do a really good job of keeping the pests away for the whole neighborhood. So, and milkweed is really poisonous to cats, so I don't want to hurt the feral colony living near me. So I gotta somehow get endangered butterflies without milkweed. These are the things that happen when you age. And here I thought my dad was always crazy, fighting with the township about the lawn. No. And then I started fighting with the township about the lawn. But now I live somewhere where they don't care. So, yeah. But yeah, I got all signed up. I'm gonna sign up for that show and have a lot of fun. Water break. Adjust the camera a bit. Excuse me. Anyway, if you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. Can't tell if it's gonna rain or not. The weather forecast said it would. Check. I need to check because this is. I gotta check because then I'll know if I need to go water my plants or not. Okay. Supposed to rain, but not until 4. So that works out. I should probably record some vlog clips. Just because, you know, trying to get back into the swing of things, vlogging. I have one that's fully filmed. I just have to edit the footage. I was gonna have it edited and posted yesterday, and then I was like, I don't feel like editing it, so we'll shoot for next Saturday. But got that. Got that. God. I've aged. I'm a real YouTuber, I have a microphone. We're live right now. Anyway, this is the baby blanket I'm working on. It's a kind of variation of a giant granny square. I'm doing 3 rounds of brown in this Lion brand Comfy Cotton, which you know is discontinued. And then I only have 1 skein of this pink and blue and white one, so instead of a granny stitch, I'm doing a V-stitch to save on the yarn. And we'll see how that goes. God, I think that's the longest take I've ever done without stuttering. I have lots of skeins of the brown, but only 1 of the little variegated one, which is why I'm trying to save yarn on that one, because I would like to use it as a border. Oop, there we go. Okay. Welcome to the live. We're crocheting a baby blanket. You know, I'm digging this look with the V-stitches and the granny clusters. Variegated in a solid, V-stitches and granny clusters. I think this may be a future tutorial. Tell I'm getting my mojo back because I'm talking about future ideas in live streams again. Instead of just sitting here being like, mental health is important, guys. Anyway, chat. Gotta make some muffins later when I get off of live. Probably do that around 3 o'clock, depending on how many people are still here. Do that. Got some pictures I need to edit. Video I need to edit. Gotta get all that done as much as I can this evening, because I have a hard time doing anything YouTube related after work, because I do have a 45-minute drive to work and then a 45-minute drive back home, and then I gotta make dinner, and after teaching all day I just want to sit. But Gracie, it's June. My school goes year round. We don't have a summer break. In fact, summer is worse, because some of the kids leave. And then some of the staff leaves. And I never leave, so gotta pick up that slack. Yeah, my day job is why I have not really posted anything in a while. That's where I get most of my income, so that's where I had to prioritize. Nobody out and about today. I live on the main road, so normally there's quite a few people out and about, but it's quiet today. I hear the morning doves. Anyway. Hello, welcome. Here comes the wind. It's supposed to rain at 4. We shall see. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Just another June day in Pennsylvania. Dude. Some of that barking is unfamiliar. Usually I know all the dogs that are talking around here by now, but that one was new. Alright, well, chat's been dull today, so doesn't pick up after one more row of V-stitch, we'll call it quits. If you're watching the VOD, hi, drop a comment. Algorithm hasn't been liking me very much lately because I've been such a bad content creator. Alright, it's been an hour and no one's really here, so I'm gonna end the live and go get some stuff done. So if you're watching the VOD, thank you, and thank you to those who did come. I'll go live again next Sunday, and I'll see you on the next one.